ANSYS Simulation Lecture 6, The Effect of Mass on Modal Analysis or Natural Frequency Analysis. In this example, I have already modified the shaft part by adding an extruded part to this end, to the left end of the shaft. I chose this circle and offset by 1 inch and extruded by 2 inches, and this is the part that I have added to the assembly. So in this example, I will look at how the mass will change the frequencies of a structure. So first of all, I'll enter ANSYS workbench. And we'll enter project schematic interface. So this interface is the organizing page. And I'll drag model and drop on geometry. For the assembly, I need to add materials to it. So I choose data source, general materials, and I'll add copper alloy to it. So I have 2 materials to choose from. I'll go back to project schematic interface, and I'll enter ANSYS mechanical by editing the model. First of all, for step 1, it is already done. We have finished with the geometry part. And the second step is to connect the material with the geometry. So I need to do it here. For the shaft, I'll leave it as structural steel. And for the bearings, I'll choose copper alloy. So there are different materials for shaft and bearings. For the shaft, structural steel. For the bearings, copper alloy. So I have finished with the second step. For the third step, I'll mesh the structure. Step 4, I'll place boundary conditions on it. And I'll have to zoom it in and choose these 4 holes and clamp them. Three, 4. And also again, you don't place any load on it because it is blanked out. So again, ANSYS is a more rigorous or robust software. It prevents you from making mistakes by blanking out the external load part. So before we run the solution phase, we will have to change these numbers, and I'll calculate 6 different mode shapes and frequencies. So I leave it as 6. So I'll calculate, solving the procedure. Okay, I'll get the 6 frequencies here, and I'll create mode shapes and evaluate the result. For mode 1, the vibration mode is like this. You have to be aware that when we increase the mass of a structure, actually we decrease the natural frequencies, because the term mass appears on the left hand side of an ordinary differential equation, and the force term, external force, appears on the right hand side of the differential equations. So in natural vibrations, the effect of mass is quite different from the effect of external force. So it is important that you bear in mind that you cannot replace a mass with an external force. That would be a mistake. So that is the point for this lecture.